going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the German Bear Podcast. And today I got a special film room episode for you guys about one of the most explosive playmakers that the Chicago Bears had over the last decade, which is the human joystick, Tarik Cohen. With the Chicago Bears having a bye week and not playing in week 14, I just wanted to take the time this week and talk about one of the most exciting NFL players that we had on the Chicago Bears, Tarik Cohen, now 27 years old, not on the Bears anymore, of course. 5'6", 191 pounds, was an absolute phenom for the Chicago Bears, was selected in the 4th round in the 2017 NFL Draft, and really put out some outstanding performances for the Chicago Bears. One of the most explosive players that I've ever seen hit the field, a undersized phenom that played absolutely phenomenal on offense, on special teams. And today I just want to look at how he was as a player, especially the 2018 season. We'll talk about that in a second, but overall want to look at all of his facets of his game, passing game, running the football, and then the special teams as well, and just somewhat give him his deserved respect about his entire career so far. Obviously we know about his history and all the injuries that he's had by now, so it will be interesting if he pursues a NFL career still after those injuries, and I wish him best of luck. But today I want to honor him and show some big time plays for him in today's film room. But before we want to jump into today's film room, I want to start off with the stats for the 2018 season. Most of the plays that we want to look at are from the 2018 season. He played in 16 games, had 444 rushing yards, 3 touchdowns, 4.5 yards per attempt. Really nice. And then catching the football, he had 71 receptions, 725 yards, and 5 touchdowns in that season. He was an all-pro punt returner and a Pro Bowler in 2018 as well. So a really good season. And with that out of the way, let's start off with the first category, which is the passing game. So now, starting off with the first play that we want to look at with the passing game, it was obviously one of his biggest, or probably his biggest asset on offense, or what he could bring to the Bears offense. Want to watch the play. First of all, we have Tarik Cohen back in the backfield, who runs a beautiful from the backfield 5 and in. We can watch it first of all. Gets out there, beautiful cut, and then catches it, turns it up the field for a nice gain overall. Turns into a big play against the Dolphins during 2018. I think the Bears lost that in overtime that game, if I'm remembering correctly. But overall, Tarik Cohen had a big-time game against them. As for the route, just from the backfield, gets out there 5, and then it's just a simple in. And what he does so well here, and that's what he always did, was route running. I mean, he was a undersized running back, and he had to bring some other elements to an offense besides running the football, because he was not that typical downhill runner that you wanted to have in the NFL, where he did not have the total strength to compete against other guys, even though he played bigger. But he was really crisp in the passing game, route running really on top. Really love how he gets the linebacker that is in charge with him to flip his hips right there. You see it, flips the hips into that direction here. Beautifully done, quick cut, and then already beat him. Really precise route. Loved it. And then as soon as he catches the ball too, just turns it up the field, and then just insane acceleration and special ability to make something after the catch as well. Just absolute incredible ability right there by Tarik Cohen. What a beast. And then we see it from the end zone angle as well. You see the route. Beautifully done. I hope I can stop it when he does it. Right there, made him flip his hips, and that's enough separation for him. He needs to turn it back, obviously, in order to catch up with Cohen. Cohen is already gone at that point with his speed, and then catches it, turns it up the field, and then just incredible stuff after the catch by Cohen in that situation as well. So now moving on to play number 2 that we want to look at, this time Chase Daniels in at quarterback against the New York Giants. Tarik Cohen this time lined up out wide, empty formation. Beautiful play call. Have to give it to Matt Nagy in that situation too. Perfectly worked out, and he will just run a angle fade in that situation. Tarik Cohen perfectly does it. Gives him a quick little step, and then it's just long gone. It's not a touchdown because it's somewhat underthrown, but adjusts to the ball and makes one heck of a catch. Really big time play right there by Cohen. The play was blown. That the run after that was did not count in that scenario. So overall, For his side right there, I think that's Allen Robinson, if I'm not mistaken. He's just running a 3-step hitch, and then right behind is that wheel route, that angle fade more of by Tarik Cohen. Perfectly works. Allen Robinson hits the Giants player right there for a quick second. That gives him enough time, Tarik Cohen, to just burst away and run open. Beautiful done right there as well. He gives a quick little step too right there, which just that hop step, that quick little hop step that still has the defense or forces the defense to stay awake, that he could potentially break in there because there's tons of space right there, right? But no, he gives that little step. The defender has to hesitate and then breaks it right there up the field. Beautifully done. Insane speed and acceleration. That just shows his second gear. I mean, when he starts running that route, he's not running too fast. And then boom, as soon as he breaks it, he's turning in that second gear, and it's just absolutely flying on the field. Incredible play by him. And then also love the adjustment on the football, being able to catch that. That's special stuff by Tarik Cohen, just adjusting to the football. Good hands. That's an all hands catch. That's not a body catch. Just right there, I hope I can pause it. Right there, beautiful catch with the hands, and secures the football, and one heck of a play by Tarik Cohen in that scenario, just once again showing his ability in the passing game. Moving on to the next play against the Philadelphia Eagles in the heartbreaking playoff loss, but still a big-time play by Tarik Cohen, this time lined up as a running back next to Mitchell Trubisky, and that just shows his ability once again to stretch the field right there, runs a seam route perfectly against or in between the safeties, in between the linebackers, and then just gets open and makes a tough catch in traffic. Right there, we can watch it again. Route just simple, seam route in between. That's not well drawn. I also don't like the camera angle on the 2018 film, but right there, seam route perfectly, ran it against or in between the zone coverages of the Philadelphia Eagles players, and then just beautiful job at getting open and just once again using him as a field stretcher with his speed. Good pass by Mitchell Trubisky too, and then tough catch against number 32, which should be Rasul Douglas. I don't know, whoever it is, doesn't matter. But big-time catch by Tarik Cohen in that scenario. There we can watch it again from the end zone angle. Look at that. Tough catch right there. Contact is initiated. Holds on to it. Big-time catch by the running back right there in that scenario. Absolutely love this play right there. So now moving on to another situation, this time against the Detroit Lions. This is a touchdown by Tarik Cohen. Pretty similar route, just differently ran. It's not really that angle fade this time, lined up out wide. This time it's from the backfield, and so more of a wheel route, but beautiful execution. Runs the route really well. Love this one. And then just being able to get behind the defense, locating the football, and making an easy catch right there for his quarterback. Absolutely love this by Tarik Cohen. But what I love especially about how he ran the route is just simply small move. That's just a small little inside step move that forces hesitation by the defender in that situation. When we look at it again, I can show you. But that's the route that he runs. Simple wheel route right there. And this little step there, I don't think you can totally see it, but this step right here forces him to step for a second, and then he's just able to break away from him. Second gear is engaged, and then easy tracking the ball, easy money for Tarik Cohen, big-time touchdown. But his route running ability was one of a kind from a running back, and man, he was such a special player that we see it again. Easy money for Chase Daniel, and easy touchdown for the Bears in that situation. And I mean, I obviously can't include every single catch of Tarik Cohen's career, so that's already the last passing or receiving play that we want to look at today. Right there, lined up in at running back next to Mitch Trubisky. This is a simple screenplay, and I mean, he had so many big-time plays, but I really just wanted to showcase his route running ability, and I think that, or the plays that I chose today definitely showed that. And right there, that's just his playmaking ability, just being faster than anybody else on the whole field, just running away from that safety too, and just housing a quick little screen. Also perfect call. I have to give props to Matt Nagy in that situation as well. Perfect call against a blitz, but just shows the ability, taking a ball 70 yards down the field for a touchdown, just outrunning everybody. Big time ability by Tarik Cohen. Yeah, I think we'll slip through the A-gap right there. Acts like a blocker for a quick second, which leads to number 54 thinking that he beat Tarik Cohen in that situation, who's about to blitz right there through the A-gap. He thinks he beat Tarik Cohen, but he just fakes that block and gets out there, catches the screen and turns it up the field, houses it for his 70-yard touchdown. Big time play right there. There you see it. Hesitates real quick, and 54 is like, oh damn, I messed up. And there goes Tarik Cohen for a big time 70-yard touchdown to finish off this passing category. So now, in the running game category, obviously the title for Tarik Cohen as a player was running back, even though he was more utilized as a receiver, but we still have to look at some running plays, and I think he was a really underrated running back. Obviously, the Bears always had that 1-2 punch, and him being more of that trick guy, that receiver guy, besides Jordan Howard, besides David Montgomery, whoever was there, that was always that other guy that was running the ball primarily, but Tarik Cohen was also a pretty damn good running back, and that's why I wanted to show you this right there. First play against the Packers, gets the football and then just turns it up the field. And what really I really recognized during that film session or looking at the game tape is his patience. I mean, he gets the ball, you have a huge hole right there, but he knows that linebacker's about to close in, so he's being patient behind the line of scrimmage, and then just as soon as he sees the open hole, the open gap, he's about to burst through it with incredible acceleration. And that's what's so dangerous about that guy. He can break away any given minute, every given second even, and just shows gap understanding. Patient runner right there, breaks it through that lane, quick little jump cut, big time play. Couldn't watch it again, but absolutely love this one right there. That jump cut right there, boom, gets out there, finds a hole, and then just bursts through it, falls forward. Big time run right there by Tarik Cohen. As for the next run that I want to look at is against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the most dominant performances I've ever seen from the Chicago Bears. Absolutely killed them offensively, defensively. This time, obviously, another run play, so Tarik Cohen is in the backfield, about to get a handoff, and this time just once again showing his patience in the backfield, just waiting what develops, and then breaks it to the outside, insane acceleration, and then just breaks it for a big time gain. And when you would look at it again from the end zone angle, I'm trying to stop it, but right there's the gap. It's about to close in. You have two guys that are shooting that gap. You have a blocker in front, but there's not a huge chance that you can make something out of it. And that's just special ability, natural ability by Tarik Cohen, recognizing that, and then just boom, breaking it to the outside, accelerating and gaining a huge big time play out of that situation, which looked like a definitely 1 to 2 yard gain at max. But he just, that special kind of a guy, breaks it to the outside, accelerates, and makes it a big time gain for the Chicago Bears in that situation. But Tarik Cohen was not only a shifty guy that was good with understanding the gaps, he could also be a downhill runner as well, and that's the play that I want to show you to emphasize that right there. Tarik Cohen is about to get the ball, and he's just able to, first of all, shortcut it to hit the hole. Once again, just a short little cut right there, as we'll see in the end zone angle. I think that's always better for the runs, but right there is able to drag 1 to 2 guys up the field for some positive gain and falling forward. There you see it again. Let's watch it first of all from the end zone angle and then analyze it, but right there, just quick little cut in a second. Right there, gets through the hole, finds a gap, and then just drags some guys forward. I mean, he was not the biggest guy. 5'6" is pretty small for an NFL running back, definitely undersized, but he had some power with him. He didn't always show it, but there were times, and that's what I wanted to show you right there. There you see again, right there, gap closes right here, so he bounces it back towards the backside right there, shoots to it, and then boom, drags some guys forward. Big time play right there from Tarik Cohen. Let's watch it one more time. I think that's really a great run by him. But really love this play. Love how he does it. And that's just an underrated ability of his. Obviously, he was a better receiver, but still was a pretty damn good running back as well. And just one heck of a player for the Chicago Bears. And with that last running play, we now want to move on to the next category, which is the last one, the All-Pro category, his punt returns. So now, in the punt returns category, I now want to start off with the first punt return against the Green Bay Packers. I only got 2 with me. I had some more, but I think those 2 just really emphasize how good he was as a returner overall. I think that was the big time win in 2018. Yeah, definitely in Bear Stadium in Soldier Field against the Packers, but right there catches the ball, knows what he wants to do in before, and then just able to absolutely outrun everybody on the field. It's not a touchdown. The punter is there to save it up from being a touchdown, but still, once again, just showing his crazy acceleration on the field, catches the punt, which is not always guaranteed with Chicago Bears punt returners, and there just gives him a quick move, quick juke, and then just turns it up the field and just being absolutely crazy fast on the field. As for the second punt return that we want to look at, that's the only play from the 2017 season that I want to look at today, which is that crazy punt return. I bet every Chicago Bears fan knows by now, but man, this was one of the craziest punt returns I've ever watched. I think everybody had the same reaction watching that live on TV. Just everybody, no, why are you running backwards? We can see it there, right there, just runs backwards, a whole lot of yards backwards. I mean, that's for sure 20 yards, I guess, and then just turns it up the field, and everybody was freaking out in the stadium at home, and that's just special ability, right? I mean, usually you would get killed by your special teams coordinator, and I bet he had some words for him after that nonetheless, but man, just running backwards 20 yards and then being able to house it from about, where did he start? The 20? That's 80 yards, turning it 80 yards up the field. Yeah, he's starting from the 40, runs back all the way to the 20. So he runs backwards 20 yards and then upwards 80 yards. So he's underway for about 100 yards right there. I mean, what a damn freakish player, and that's one of the most iconic plays. That's why we want to watch it once again, but one of the most iconic plays of Tarik Cohen's entire career. I mean, one heck of a player and so much fun to watch. A human joystick was just one heck of a player. There we see it again, just breaks it up the field. I mean, what a simple guy that guy was, and I definitely miss him on the Chicago Bears right now for sure. So, for a quick little conclusion, obviously Tarik Cohen is no part of the Chicago Bears no more, but in today's flashback film room, I still wanted to show you his abilities because I think he really goes unnoticed nowadays by Chicago Bears fans. Not a lot of people are talking about him anymore, obviously not because he's not there anymore, but man, he was one heck of a special player. He was an all-pro, he was a Pro Bowler for the Bears. His punt returns were iconic, especially the last one that I just showed. His receiving game was unmatched for running backs by the Chicago Bears. Obviously, we had Matt Forte, who was a pretty damn great receiving back too, but he was not your typical running back, right? Tarik Cohen was a special player that could do everything for you. He was passing the football for touchdowns. I remember the one, I think, against the Ravens to Zach Miller. He was running the football well and then just being absolutely special for some big-time plays all the time there for the Chicago Bears. And he was definitely a big reason for the success in 2018, and he will definitely be missed, but always be in my heart as a Chicago Bears player. So with that being said, definitely let me know in the comments down below what you think of Tarik Cohen. Do you miss him? Do you not? And what did you think of him as a player overall? And with that being said, that's already the end of the episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Definitely stay tuned for later this week where I'm thinking about another, this time, recent player film room episode on a Bears player. Like and subscribe if you like the video. Check out Instagram and Twitter if you want to as well. And as always, guys, bear down.